This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel, double check notifications are on, and if you hit that like button, double check it's working properly, because these bad actors are working overtime to suppress the channel because they're terrified of more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Guys, listen, these banks and the naked shorters that they finance are having liquidity issues. Okay, they're having liquidity issues, and once the liquidity is gone, they are going to be forced to start closing out their naked short positions. The reverse repo has dropped back down to 4.105 billion, which is extremely low. You guys know it was like 2.4 trillion about 2 years ago. And now these guys are scrambling. They're looking in the seat cushions to get money in order to keep their short positions open. And of course, the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, they are fully aware of the naked shorting. They're fully aware of all the manipulation. But because a majority of the victims are retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules, the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI are practicing willful blindness. They do not hold bad actors accountable when they rob and steal from us. If we were engaged in this activity and it was costing 1% as money, the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI would have formed a joint task force and came after us. The bottom line is this. These bad actors that have been naked shorting AMC, GME, NWBO, GNS, and a whole lot of other stocks are in a financial crisis because the money to keep their short positions open is almost gone. And like I tell you guys all the time, the banks are not going to drown with the naked shorters. I believe they do conspire against us because the banks know that those are not real shares. The banks know if they loaned enough money for 20 billion shares and the float is only 1 million, that should tell them that they're selling naked shorts. They're selling naked shares, and they know it. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. Nobody just seems to care as long as the ones losing money are retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. But here's the thing. Once the money's done, once there's no liquidity, when they can't keep those short positions open anymore, you know what happens. There's going to be margin calls. If they don't have the collateral, the banks are going to start forced liquidations because the banks are not drowning with the naked shorters. And at that point, a lot of good companies are going to start rising to their true value. And a lot of companies that were heavily naked shorted are going to start squeezing. I mean, that's really the bottom line. That's the way the markets work. When you have these bad actors covering your short positions, the price of that stock usually starts rising. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that when the liquidity is gone, the bad actors are going to start running for the hills? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.